Live from Red Zone Weather, this is a severe weather alert.
A tornado warning is in effect for parts of southern Washington County and southwest Alabama as of 4:37 a.m. early on this Saturday morning. This is the first tornado warning that we have had this morning, and this is due to a possible tornado that is right in through here, coming into areas out here near Fruitdale, just to the south of Wagerville, and areas near McIntosh in southern Washington County. So again, current time is now 4:37 a.m. and we have a tornado warning for southern Washington County. This also does include a part of Greene County back in Mississippi. And we actually have several warnings going on as of 4:37 a.m. We'll put the radar in motion and show you what's happened over the last few hours, because we do have a line of storms that's working its way in from southern Mississippi at this time. But this is a small tornado warning box in addition to the ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings that we have for parts of Washington, Clark, Mobile, Baldwin, and a new severe thunderstorm warning for Monroe, Conecuh, and Butler counties. So a lot going on early on this Saturday morning. And again, we are here because of this tornado warning. And so the first thing I want to do, let's zoom into the warning first and tell you exactly who is involved in this warning, because Washington County is a large county over in West Alabama, but as you know, these polygons are small. And so if you are in McIntosh, areas here also near Fruitdale, on the southern side of Fruitdale. You've also got Deer Park, Dwight, Sims Chapel sits right here. This is Topton. All of those communities are involved in this active tornado warning, and this warning is going to be on the board until 5 a.m. local time. So again, that's your tornado warning polygon that has just been issued. Chatham is involved in a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning is south of there, and also the community of Sunflower sits right here. That's involved in a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, if you are in Deer Park, McIntosh, areas near Sims Chapel here in southern Washington County, those are the areas under the gun from a possible tornado. We'll turn the radar back on, and I think you'll be able to get a better vantage point of this as we look at the velocity display. Right in through here is where your possible tornado is, and this is now moving into southern Washington County. There is no active tornado warning for any part of Mobile County as of 4:39 a.m. But again, this is a tornado warning that has just come on the board for southern Washington County, including Deer Park, areas near Sims Chapel, and also McIntosh. If you're in McIntosh, you've got about 5 minutes before this thing is on your doorstep. And at the moment, this is the only tornado warning that we have on the board. But in addition to this tornado warning, we also have very, very heavy rain falling across northern Monroe County in southwest Alabama as well. In fact, you may be having some hail at this point near Monroeville and areas near Mexie here, coming into areas near Peterman and Tunnel Springs. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing large hail and also damaging winds near Monroeville and the Alabama Highway 21 corridor. That storm is going to continue to cross into Conecuh County in about 20 to 30 minutes, coming out towards Alabama Highway 83 and areas near Leaffian and also Bowles. You've also got areas near Old Texas, Midway in Conecuh and Monroe, not Midway back in Clark County. And this ultimately will come into Butler County. So again, tracking a severe thunderstorm. This is actually a supercell that is out ahead of the main line of storms. This is the main line of storms associated with round 1 of 2. We could have more thunderstorms later today, but this is round 1. This is a line of storms, and I see that that tornado warning box disappeared from the screen, but you know what? The Weather Service is maintaining that tornado warning that is in effect for Washington County. In fact, there it is. That's your polygon. We'll zoom back in. Again, this is the only tornado warning that we have on the board this morning, but a large swath of our area out ahead of that line of storms is involved in the severe thunderstorm warning product. So again, checking our sources here to see what we've got going on. Over the last few hours, we have had several severe thunderstorm warnings over in West Alabama as this leading edge of this complex of storms moved in. That has sort of evolved into somewhat of a supercell discrete storm out ahead of the main line of thunderstorms. And again, I realize it's very early, but for the folks in Topton, Deer Park, Sims Chapel, McIntosh in southern Washington County. Those are the areas that are under the gun from a possible tornado right now over in West Alabama. And so we would encourage you to get to the lowest floor of your site-built structure. In fact, for the folks in southern Washington County, let me put up exactly what you need to be doing right now. Again, we want you in a small room near the center part of your house, away from windows and away from doors. Best possible thing on this list, put on a helmet if you're in Washington County. Again, southern Washington County. We'll go back over to the velocity view here. And this has broadened out somewhat over the last few frames, joined by executive producer Bruce Thompson. I'll hand you that mouse so you can take over control of the production system. And again, you're looking at West Alabama here on the iPad view. This is the velocity, not the classic reflectivity. Right in through here is your main line of thunderstorms, and that continues to progressively move off to the east. The Weather Service is noting that this area of rotation in Washington County has weakened somewhat. And I believe what has happened over the last few minutes is that they have canceled this tornado warning, leaving us with a severe thunderstorm warning over in West Alabama. And so let me verify that quickly to make sure that is indeed what has happened. But again, regardless of that, we have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for West Alabama and also for a big chunk of Monroe County. If you'll take me back over to LD1, we'll zoom into this storm in Monroe County while I wait on this verification message to pop up, because again, I realize if you are in Monroeville or areas near Mexie, also Tunnel Springs, Peterman, Beatrice, those areas having very heavy rain, even some hail possible. If you're watching from Monroe County, let me know if you have hail in your specific location, because with a signature like this on reflectivity right in through there, you see that area of purple. I would argue that this is probably the strongest storm in terms of the hail threat in our area as of 4:44 a.m. Again, coming into areas near Alabama Highway 21, this is Peterman, you got Tunnel Springs, areas near Monroeville, currently under the gun from a severe thunderstorm that has become more isolated in nature, and this is going to move into areas near Burnt Corn, areas near Owasso, Bowles, Georgiana over the next few minutes. Let's watch this so I can show you what happened. This was sort of at the leading edge of this complex of storms, and now this is right over the city of Monroeville, likely producing large hail and gusty winds, perhaps in excess of 60 miles per hour as that comes into Conecuh County. And again, just looking at our sources, I'm having a hard time seeing exactly what's going on with our tornado warning, the Weather Service feed. Yeah, there it is. We finally got a cancellation message. So as of 4:45 a.m., we have no active tornado warnings for any part of South Alabama or Northwest Florida. With that said, though, we do have ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings due to the potential for gusty winds, perhaps damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, in addition to a large hail risk currently happening in the northern part of Monroe County, north of US Highway 84. I realize if you're in places like Andalusia, Bruton, or any part of Northwest Florida down in through here, you have not had any issues thus far, but the issues are on the way with this main batch of thunderstorms that's going to move just like that across our region from west to east, and that's why we have this ongoing severe thunderstorm warning in West Alabama, valid until 5:30 local time. Big chunk of Clark, Washington, Mobile, Baldwin counties involved in that, in addition to this separate warning that's currently in place for the northern part of Monroe County. So what we'll do, because the tornado warning is now gone, let's work this line of severe thunderstorms. We'll work the thing in Monroe County, and then we'll reassess the situation, because I have a sneaking suspicion what's going to happen over the next few hours is this line of storms will probably gain intensity after the first light of day. Sunrise happens obviously in the 6 a.m. hour, and as these storms continue moving east, they probably will continue to strengthen. Let's look first at our watches and warnings in terms of what we've got going on. We do have an ongoing tornado watch that's valid until 9 a.m. and that includes all of our local counties minus Butler County. If you're in Butler County, you probably will get a tornado watch later today, but all parts of Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh, Covington, Escambia, Baldwin, and Mobile counties involved in a tornado watch, in addition to Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties there in Northwest Florida. So again, warnings, yes, we do have warnings in progress, but in addition, we have an ongoing tornado watch valid until 9 a.m. There's the severe thunderstorm warnings this morning as of 4:47 a.m. for parts of Washington, Clark, Monroe, Baldwin, and Mobile counties. We'll turn on the radar, and again, let's work this line from north to south. This is the part of the line that did produce the tornado warning about 20 minutes ago for parts of Washington County. Very heavy mass of rain coming in through here along the Alabama Highway 17 corridor from Milry and Jordan, Yarbo, Chatham, extending down to Vinegar Bend and Deer Park. The main line of storms is coming into areas near Sunflower, McIntosh, Malcolm, and Calvert. If you're familiar with this area, the big landmark in through here, this is US Highway 43, and then you've got the AMNS, formerly the ThyssenKrupp plant, right there near Calvert. And so very heavy weather coming in from the west in terms of damaging straight line winds. Could have wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour with this line of storms as it continues moving east. This is northern Mobile County. Citronelle is here. This is the US Highway 45 corridor. And we're watching this area in northern Mobile County. When these lines start to give you a little bowing feature like that, sometimes you can get these brief spin-up tornadoes. And just like what we had in Washington County, sometimes the Weather Service will choose to issue an embedded tornado warning in the midst of the ongoing severe thunderstorm warning. But again, the northern half of Mobile County and also northern Baldwin County is involved in an active severe thunderstorm warning, with the main concerns being gusty winds and hail up to the size of a quarter. At this point, this line also extends back down into southeast Mississippi as well, and all of this is going to move into Mobile and Baldwin counties and ultimately into northwest Florida in places like Pensacola, Walnut Hill, Milton, Pace, Navarre. All those areas going to have this line of storms moving through a bit later. In addition to this main line of storms that's currently working into southwest Alabama in Washington and Mobile counties, we're also tracking this storm in Monroe County that is likely producing large hail very near Tunnel Springs right now. This is Alabama Highway 21 right here. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is not a tornado warning. As of 4:49 a.m., no tornado warnings at this point. There may be more, but at this moment, this is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing hail and also gusty winds there in the northern part of Monroe County. Let me actually switch the radar source and look and see how that storm is doing. Bruce, if you'll take me over to the iPad source, please. Again, looking at northern Monroe County in through here, and this is just broad. There's nothing on this particular display that suggests an imminent tornado risk in northern Monroe County. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a risk of gusty winds and also hail, perhaps up to the size of a quarter in through here, that's tracking into northern Conecuh County over the next little bit as we go back over to LD1. Main area for hail development over the next few minutes is going to be near Burnt Corn, also coming out here near Skinnerton along Alabama Highway 83. This is very, very heavy rain, and embedded in that you could have hailstones up to the size of a quarter coming into areas near Skinnerton, Midway, and also just to the north of the school there at Lieffian. This is actually going to be very near Bowles Assembly of God right in through here over the next few minutes, which is a church right there on the western side of Alabama Highway 83. This is north of Evergreen. The severe thunderstorm warning does not include Evergreen, but the warning does include areas near Georgiana. Starlington in Butler County is also included, and also McKenzie and areas out near Chapman. Chapman sits right about here on US Highway 31. All of those areas in southwestern Butler County are involved in this severe thunderstorm warning, as you could have hail up to the size of a quarter moving in addition to the potential for damaging straight line winds. Let's actually go to a wide view across our local area. And again, what triggered us to come on very early on this Saturday morning is that we had a tornado warning for southern Washington County. You see that polygon come on the board and then very quickly go away. Very well could have had a brief spin-up tornado, I should say. In a situation like this, it is so difficult to warn for these tornadoes that are embedded in these squall lines. And indeed, I wouldn't be shocked if we got more in the way of warnings over the next several hours. In fact, this is likely going to prompt a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Conecuh, Escambia in Alabama and in Florida, and also the rest of Mobile and Baldwin counties over the next hour. And so again, this is round 1 of 2. All right, we've got another round of severe weather that is expected to develop later today, perhaps in the late morning and the early afternoon hours. That could be a more considerable tornado threat for areas in our area and just to our east. In fact, let's see if we can take off all of the data and let me display the day 1 convective outlook. There it is. And all these areas in Alabama, Georgia, and all of the Northwest Florida panhandle here are involved in the level 3 risk. And this outlook actually kicks off at 7 o'clock. So this is not for the current situation that we have with this line of storms moving across our region. This outlook is valid for the next round of storms that could be considerable tornado-producing storms. Let's go back over to the live radar, because what we're going to do is go back to covering these storms in the Red Zone Weather app. We simply do not have a tornado warning at this point. And, you know, the policy around here is when we have a tornado warning, we come on Facebook Live, we stay on Facebook Live for the duration of the warning to bring you the very latest. But at this moment, we do not have any tornado warnings. Severe thunderstorm warnings, yes, which this is kind of a general line of classic severe storms moving across our region. But at this moment, no tornado warnings as of 4:54 a.m. So that certainly is a good thing. Again, let's work the line in this storm in Monroe one more time. Large hail possible coming into areas near Burnt Corn, Leithian, and areas near Midway along Alabama Highway 83 over the next 5 minutes. If you have hail, be sure to snap a photo and put it in the comments below. We would like to see the ground truth reports from this storm in northern Monroe, Monroe County that is, that has just come through Monroeville, and also in northern Conecuh and southern Butler counties. That's sort of a discrete storm that continues to move to the east out ahead of this main line of storms that's currently coming into areas near Thomasville and Fulton. No warning, by the way, for northern Clark. If you're in northern Clark County, Thomasville, Fulton, Grove Hill, no severe thunderstorm warning for you. Basically from Grove Hill and points south is where you have this severe thunderstorm warning. But clearly the main part of this line that's being problematic is in through here south of Wagerville along US Highway 43 in the southern part of Washington and also northern Mobile County. This is clearly an intense part of this line of storms that could be producing up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts capable of downing a few trees. So again, our plan of action over the next few minutes, we're going to continue to watch this line of storms move across our region. More updates in the Red Zone Weather app over the next little bit. And if we have a tornado warning, we'll jump straight back on Facebook Live to bring you the very latest. On behalf of Bruce Thompson and all of us at Red Zone Group LLC, I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson saying goodbye for now. We will see you soon.